Greetings, everyone. It is I, Kikoski, welcoming you to the stream. The pre-stream, to be exact, where you have the opportunity to get here, get comfortable, and get ready for being more powerful than the military of our kingdom. Because seriously, our kingdom is in shambles. In King of the Castle. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, Ada. Hello, Sabrok. Yeah, our kingdom is, well, there's the Master Gregster with 51 months. Thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, our kingdom is, hello, Daffy. Hello, Not a Rogue. Yeah, our kingdom is a shambles. It's a shambles. Getting some writing done for a TTRPG supplement sounds good. And alright, we're in this predicament. Yeah! The predicament where we have 3 factions and the combined military might of all 3 of them is 1. It's 1. What's that? You need me to cause rebellions like I did not? Yeah, about that, Lord Canis. The combined military might in this kingdom is 1. And that 1 point is held by the people who currently put the monarch on the throne. So, the other 2 factions have no military. Hello, Mission 1. Hello, Lord Canis. I propose a scheme. I mean, you're all gonna scheme. The kingdom's in bother. Now, hear me out. Alright. Seems like a good time for gardening. Probably. The Mighty Patricians, yep. Time for Surly Grandee Mondays. Yeah, you had a good stab at it.
Mayhem!
And that was all you did, because it all went terribly. Hello, Tiny Train. That is 4 years and a 4-year streak with Prime Gaming. Thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. And remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, which means you have a Prime sub you can spend anyone like. You need to spend it on me! I won't say no. A scheme to bring peace and prosperity. Hey, I like this plan. This plan is great. Pennies are good at stabbing things. Yeah. Ikea, return to the land of copious 40k homebrew lawmaking. Somehow made Night Lord's Warband is actually rather pleasant until you get the bad side. I mean, that's certainly, they almost sound more renegade than chaos. I hope you're doing well. Everyone. But yeah, I always like to see people working on, you know, little 40k thingamies. 40k thingamies are always good. To be fair, Kiko, Night Lords are less chaos space marine and more just chaotic space marine. That is true. That is true. Like, fun fact, if I hadn't have made the groups I made for 40k, I might have made a Renegade Space Marine chapter. I might one day still make a Renegade Space Marine chapter, which would be the worst thing ever to do, because I have enough Space Marines. I genuinely have enough Space Marines. I don't need more. I really don't. But I do hope everything is going well for you all. So I made anti-hero chaos warband. Secret, not living it. Yeah, that'd do it.
Mayhem!
Ah, I got to the start of the stream this time. That you did, Faramir. Welcome. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, this, I mean, we are Monarch Nyx right now. Oh, Monarch Nyx. Oh, Monarch Nyx. You have such a literal dumpster fire of a kingdom that you've inherited. It's a very faithful kingdom. It's a phenomenally faithful kingdom. Got a bit of food poisoning? I'm sorry to hear that. Also, generally in all... That's another heretical thing. I right now was like, I'm totally going to finish off my, my Marines Extreme army. And then I was like, hang on. I'm buying more Avatars Resplendent. Oh boy, time to ruin. I mean, rule a kingdom. I mean, you can't ruin the kingdom much more than it already is. I'm not even kidding. The kingdom is a dumpster fire. It's not my fault! Well, yeah, because they tried to ruin the kingdom with crustacean investments. Nothing is ever so bad it can't get worse. Actually, we could have, like, zeros in everything, with the exception of stability and authority and money, where I could have a tiny bit of money and 1 authority and 1 stability. I mean, technically, that is the worst it could be. All of it can be resolved once the grandees take over again. You and what army? And in this statement, I can actually be genuinely serious, because you have no army. And neither do the counts. The crab army. Yeah, the crab army, unfortunately, are not represented in the game. Oh, Randomwise got a successor. We have faith. True. But that clearly was not enough like last time. Like, you had faith last time, and see where it got you. Oh dear, this will be a catastrophe. The Counts don't have spider riders. The Counts have no military. The Grandees have no military. The only one with a military right now is the Patricians. And it was not a good thing. And you know, after me sadly shortly before I lay down, stretched that turn to read up. That's fine, Andy. Faved us winners of Civil War. Yes, it did. We'll get it right this time. We used lobsters instead of crabs. Oh, Twitch ruins a playthrough? I mean, actually, the thing that ruined our playthrough last time was probability. We were failing 80% chance rolls, and 50% chance rolls, and 60% chance rolls up the wazoo. But 40% chance rolls? And a 20% chance roll? Oh, those were fine. Those were fine. But the ones we were more likely to succeed, nah, can't do them. Ruined is a subjective term. Yeah. 40% is basically 100, right? Apparently so. And 80% was basically 0. Oh yeah, I failed a 90% roll. I failed a 90% roll to win. Not crush the rebellion, win the whole game. Like, I could have won the reign with a 90% roll and I got the 10%. Hello there, Short of Hope, but it was just funny. Ah, it's alright, Balthazet. That is alright. But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. The whole everything today. I feel like we're gonna get a lot of events triggering for the creation of an army. They'll be like, please. Please? We need an army? And they'll be like, Kika, have you been playing XCOM again? No. Because, fun fact, that doesn't have any bearing on this game. But army, what happened to your last army? Stuff. We are probably never going to be in a situation where I can achieve a military victory. Oh, don't be so optimistic, Rackenshin. We only have 1 stick and a shiny rock. Oh, you did, kid, you did. I wonder if the Castle Guards will have their pole arms stolen, replaced with mops and cabbages. Probably. Too bad. We got, like, no events to raise our military the entire reign. Like, we got nothing. Stick is a strong word for the twig in there. Yeah, we, At this point, I think the original polearms are themselves carrots tied to a stick. Yes.
Mayhem! Yippee!
And there's Phoenix with 51 months and 51 months streak. Here's 51 months of watching your awesome content. Well, thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. But we had crabs. Yeah, and once again, the bubble burst. Why do people keep investing in crabs? Look. This is starting to turn into the nymphs of the Broken Hilt clan. Why do you keep investing in crabs? Why did they keep engaging with the wood nymphs? Like, after the third time, it just got silly. Why do people forget? Yeah, but there's also wasting money. And they wasted a lot of money. You know what I might do this time? I have a plan this time. I have a plan, and it is an interesting plan. It wasn't wasting money, it all went to a worthy cause. Me. Yeah, and then you died. And I confiscated all your money. Look. Do we want to see the dumpster fire of the kingdom? Do you want to see the dumpster fire that is the kingdom, alright? The dumpster fire is coming, alright? I will show you what this dumpster fire is. Well done, patricians. This is your monarch, Monarch Nyx. You might not have money for long. You might not have money for long. Spot the anime protagonist. I mean... yeah. Pretty much. Money never heard of it. Well... we're gonna need a lot of that. Oh, there's a lot of patricians today. There's a lot of patricians. There's a lot of patricians. And lots of people wearing masks. There's a lot of people wearing masks. Hope we do better than that sharp character. I mean, he's if my monarch was sharp, we'd be fine. I still have almost no money because I spend all of it helping the counts out of spite. Yeah, that sounds about right. You magicians are the least numbered. Well, this time they have a reason to be here because they're probably going to be working on my side because they want to win again. It won't recognize you buying the game until we start a new dynasty, Gnosis, sadly. Like, anybody who didn't have the game is locked in with their character until they sign in. Right, I think we'll start the rest of this. I will show you the dumpster fire of our kingdom, okay? Here's the dumpster fire that is our kingdom. Mm-hmm. Do you see it? Do you see the problem? Go over the military victory. How about we don't? Those are some numbers. Yeah. Not enough faith. Exactly, we need more faith. We have decent trade, sort of okay farming, but oh boy, that military. Oh boy, that military is atrocious. It's ghastly. Yes, it could, Canis. We have one military. One military. That's all we have. Now we have one with the other regions need to recruit. Oh, every soldier died in the last 4 civil wars. How did the 2 combined military patriarchs beat the 4 combined army? We lost the roll. That's it. We lost the roll. We had ships, yeah. Our military consists of 1 guy who has a decent sword. Everyone else is just a leftover kitchenware. Now, as for the noble list, there are a couple of nobles that are pretty rich. There are also a lot of nobles that are dirt poor. Dirt poor. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have tons of funds. Oh wait, you stole all my money. Hey, you wanted to become a wizard. It's your fault you wanted to become a wizard, alright? You have 4,900. That puts you positively, like, in the middle. Well, now you... Well, actually, you died, so you didn't even become a wizard, so... I'm the poorest patrician. You are the poorest patrician, but you have money. 2 of the counts and 2 of the grandees have no money. They are dirt poor. So yeah, this is our kingdom. This is it. You have no idea how this works. Well, it's quite simple, really. If you have a person Balthazet, which you might do, you do. Welcome to the counts. You will have the option to vote on various things. You ultimately want your scheme to succeed, and my ambition and every other faction's schemes to fail. That's what you're working towards. You want the counts to succeed, the grandees and the patricians to fail, and me to fail. Mine is the hardest thing. Well, you know, Kiko, bloodline will avenge the 4 members, so whoever deals with stabbing, you may wish to... Nah, it's fine. It's fine. You had your chance, Lord Canis. The grandees had their chance, they blew it. They blew it. Cataclysmically, they blew it. By the night, we will rise again. Ah, yes. You will. Absolutely you will rise with your 0 military. Gloriously, yes, it was a glorious implosion. Oh, it was. It was phenomenal. But it was also an implosion. It was such an implosion. It was a calamitous catastrophe of epic proportions. Interestingly, we now have more counts than anyone else. Keep that in mind, everyone. Evidence of the implosion being 0 military. The only minor thing right at the end was that the counts went from 4 faith to 9. The scheme that ends with praying for a miracle may very well be appropriate for the grandees. Maybe. The vampire's been adding throughout the numbers. I mean, the problem is, if there's any scheme where it's like, you must raise your military, and I'm like, ha! It's like, ha! That would be a thing. We shall see what happened, shall we? On the bright side is, it can only go up. It could also just not go up. Remember last time we had literally no events that raised our military. At all. Let's go with the council introduction. We did it! By the 9th, we had to pull some strings, but we got you that crown, just as I said we would. Now to remember to uphold your end of the deal. You're not really a monarch, more like an employee of the patricians. What the coast wants, the coast gets. Spoken like a true and loyal servant. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Hello, Council of the East. Honored to finally make your acquaintance, your grace. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. May the Ninth God bless your reign, your highness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. Is that a knife you're sharpening? No, not at all. Urbis83 saying that next to it. Urbis83, yeah, pretty much. What do you think? Will they be a good little monarch and do as they're told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan just in case. Meanwhile, the coronation. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Queen Fabia, but you must still answer to the council. As tradition, they will decide what happens to your coronation. Gotta be an anime protagonist. What? But it's my coronation! This isn't an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. Everything has to be run past the council vote. Even this. Shall we call the nobles in? Well... Ha! The patricians will soothe over any bad feelings with bribes. Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the Ninth God. Outdated traditions. There's no need for a coronation at all. You know what? Let's not do that one. I think you can spare the coinage. Oh! Okay! Oh, I see what's going on here. Looks like things are happening. Hey, this isn't my money that's going down. It's your money that goes down. Patricians will soothe over any bad feelings with bribes. Keen to keep their new monarch on the throne, the patricians distribute gifts to the counts and the grandees. Meanwhile, the coronation itself is a rather quiet affair. Well, Rudy, you've got no money anymore. The path to victory. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers. I mean, look at the last one and the one before that. Unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of a throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? I mean... I'm not gonna go with Conqueror, because that is literally the worst decision you could ever ask for. There is only one choice here that is vaguely reasonable. Why would I say that? Because the military is the guards in the castle. Yeah, faith is highest. We go with faith. The church will love you, I suspect, but will anyone else? I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall faith as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Meanwhile, Angelo of the Voronel lineage, powerful southern narrator, is bathed in sunlight once again. A false pretender occupies the throne, while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor, and we must not allow it to go unanswered. We haven't seen Uprising yet, which is an interesting one. Raise the treasury. Okay. Interesting. Grandees plan to incite a peasant riot overthrowing the monarch before swooping in to steal it for themselves. To advance this scheme, you must raise the treasury to 2,000 or more in 2 seasons. That's not that hard. That's not hard. Julia of the Rudy the Wolf family, infamous Navy Admiral, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. How very cunning of us. Nyx now sits on the throne, and the patricians are in charge, but the other regions will already be scheming to depose them. Do we stay loyal to the new monarch, or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? There are your choices. Loyalist, intimidation, or monopoly? I think we're going... Hello, Godly, how you doing? I think the general consensus is... Ooh, a few people are going for monopoly. Oh, absolutely could still join. Yeah, absolutely. Exclamation mark join will have you in. But it looks like you're staying with me. That settles it. Long live the monarch. May they bring peace and prosperity to our new kingdom. But we can always change our minds. If Nyx ever gets out of hand, we can take up arms and get rid of the old-fashioned way, even if it's a little costly. The patricians' goal is to aid the monarch by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. They will win the game if the monarch produces an heir and completes their ambition. So, patricians, you're with me for the long haul. However, if defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. However, Rasimir of the Black Rabbit 13 dynasty, well-known Eastern chess master, leans delicately on a podium, whispering carefully. My fellow counts, blah blah blah, we were our own people, blah blah, it's not gone very well when we've sided with the monarch, blah blah blah. Subterfuge, blood ritual, or possession? Balthazar immediately with blood ritual. I don't think most people are going to go for blood ritual. It might end up being possession. It's alright, you're going for possession. This one's going to be a bit of a difficult one. Well, we'll see how it goes. The Counts plan to summon a demon to possess the monarch, putting them totally under their control. First, they must lull the monarch into a false sense of security. Defiance to 4, yeah, that's pretty much a given. So, Count Stage 1 is pretty much going through. Lords of the Land. Huh. Do we go for Monarch's Iron Choice or a call for unity? Monarch's Iron Choice is always interesting. Call for unity is always interesting as well. Raise stability. I'm gonna go with call for unity. Alright, what's happening? A new... You have got to be kidding me. What is it with you guys and crabs? Lord Patrician Old Dragon is here to see you, Your Majesty. He wants to sell you a crab. A what? It's the latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. The patricians have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. The creatures are so rare that one can sell for as much as a mansion. Well, send him in. Thank you for seeing me, Your Majesty. Pouch of gold. I know the price is steep, but I assure you the crabs will only go up in value. Petition to have the patricians change their name to the board. A pouch of gold. Thank you very much there, Tiny Jane. That's fantastic. First you get the money, then you get the crabs. Finally make it illegal. I could just make it illegal. I've not made it illegal yet. Should we try making it illegal?
A pouch of gold.
They're alive! They make more for themselves. Value will only go up. Wait. There's a lot of history supporting doing so. Well, this should be interesting. I'm gonna make it illegal. What a waste of everyone's time. I'll make the sale of jeweled crabs illegal. Of course, such a drastic measure will require a vote. You summon your council at once. Ban the sale of jeweled crabs. Veto? No! Why would I veto? That's because everyone's farming crabs, that's why. This time we're just going, no! No to crabs! We're just gonna ban the crab trade! Look, it's happened so many times already, Goth Alice. We have to put a nip in the bud. The patricians will have, like, no money. I have to do this. Buy no crabs! Ban the sale of jeweled crabs! Now that the sale of crabs is illegal, the pinchy little creatures are more valuable than ever. Gangs of crab smugglers spring up along the coast, murdering each other over profitable reefs. Thousands of fishermen start hunting crabs instead of fish that sustain the coastal diet. Yeah, but it's illegal now! We'll be fine, everyone, we'll be fine! We won't be fine. Your esteemed highness, I have a brilliant idea. Why don't you hold a royal battle royale to choose your honor guard? If you let us host the coast, I'll even pay for it. The spectacle will boost our economy massively. And of course, I'm confident the coastal gladiators will win. Your Majesty, this is pointless. Why don't you just choose your honor guard and have done with it? No! No, we will indeed host a battle royale. We'll host it. Excellent. I'll begin organizing the event at once. Thanks, fledgling Phoenix. A week later, you receive word that the Battle Royale is due to begin. Held, of course, in the coastal arena. You travel down to the spectacle, along with a horde of murder fans from across the kingdom. Welcome, one and all! Today's competitors are Eastern Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, Champion Gladiators from the coastal arena, and the Grandee Battle Nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel. Who will you support, your Serene Highness? Ooh! Who will I support? They messed up our assassination attempt. I'm betting all my cash against the Drowners. Patricians are on our side, they are. The Coastal Gladiators. A wise choice. Let's watch a little blood get spilled, shall we? Watch the fight. The bell rings. The battle nun leaps forward, her sword flashing. The gladiator deflects with his shield, grunting with the effort. The gladiator backs away, straight into the range of the knight's sword. She swings, a flash of gleaming steel, but he somehow dodges, leaving a thin red scar across his torso. The three fighters dart back and forth, almost too fast for your eye to follow. Once, twice, a blade finds its mark, blood sprays, and finally, someone stands victorious. It's the Coastal Gladiator, doing some kind of obscene victory dance. His opponent lies dead at his feet. Marvellous! I knew we could do it! Looks like you have the honor guard you wanted, your esteemed highness. Cover thine eyes! And nobody got more defiant! Meanwhile, grim tidings, your majesty. A meddling wizard had set up shop in Chensk. I believe it is Gordius, the Stone Talker. But why is that a problem? He's put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking peasants from all over the East are lining up for their chance. Not just peasants, I, Nebula Scorm, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce. Those citizens are no match. I will be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. You? You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. We can't let this go ahead. Not only is it heresy, it presents a clear and dangerous conflict of interests. Then we shall assemble the council. Thank you, your majesty. Ooh! No! No, 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 no. I don't want that. Oh, no! I do not want 8,400 money. No! That puts the grandees well on target. Guys, I think he might want B. No! He won't want B. I say nay. It's only the first stage of the plan. Nope, I want to delay it for as long as possible. No, I like money. Nyx doesn't like money. Also, you could just allow them to become the apprentice. Kiko hates fun. No! I like fun, but remember, I'm also trying to win here. Oh, they're just saying no. Look, you're the ones voting for no fun here. You're the ones voting for no fun. First it was buy no crabs, now it's buy no wizards. Forbid, Nebula Scorm. Thank you, your highness, for not bowing to this power-hungry fool. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must deal with this troublesome wizard. So a noble can't even enter into a years-long blood pact to become an all-powerful demigod without council approval? Whatever happened to so-called freedom? Gordia's presence in Chesk attracts a lot of visitors, though the power of his latent magic starts to wilt crops for miles around. This is manageable. So... Oh! Oh no! Okay, so, patricians, there is a cathedral. There's also a fortress, which I think the counts are probably gonna want. I mean, there's also things like the monument and the library, but... Alright, patricians, E is good. It's more faith. Not surprisingly, the only chance for military is literally being leapt on. I'm saving money. Probably wise. Probably wise. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop the counts from becoming the second most powerful military in the entire kingdom. You put everything you got. Was it 0? Was it 0 by any chance? With a military of 1. Yeah, it's that kind of kingdom right now. It's that kind of kingdom. Oh! Oh, it's A and B. Oh no! Oh no, E! Oh no, E! Oh no! Farming went up. So did military. Snuck in right at the end. Oh well. Fund monarch. Don't think that's how it works. Okay. Arms shortage. The ceremony of friendship? I'm sorry, what? Your Grace, you know that the counts are unfailingly loyal to you. Isn't it time we got a little reward for our fidelity? You know what? Yeah! Yeah, I think actually it might be time for you to have a bit of a reward. Yeah! Gift the counts with jewels and gold! How delightful! Thank you, your highness. Word soon spreads that the monarch will reward their most loyal subjects. Oldest mad that we banned his crabs. Meanwhile, Your Highness, the situation in the south is dire. The city watch, as in many of our cities, are understaffed, and now crime is rampant. Even dueling has dwindled as minor nobles take up other hobbies, like knitting and insect collecting. Ha! We must bolster our dwindling forces in the south. Who knows what will happen to our people without protection? Well... I mean... I'm gonna let this slide. "50% is 100%, 50% of the time." D sounds good. Well, we can't hire mercenaries. We could indeed conduct an extensive southern recruiting campaign, but everyone's sort of voting everywhere. I mean, more military does mean we're better able to deal with problems. It might also make the Grandees the strongest people in the entire kingdom, though. What's this fail? Gain more stability, at least. Surely the peasants just need encouragement. Posters featuring your likeness, pointing at the reader with text saying, "Monarch Nyx needs you," are soon plastered throughout the south. Once again, you're thankful for the superstitious common folk. Perhaps only out of fear, peasants across the south line up for armed duty. The Grandees are most pleased. And most loyal, I might add. Look at that loyalty right there! Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men? Women? Don't you mind? Ah! Any's fine. Thank you, Your Majesty. I've sent out messages to the most influential noble families of the kingdom. Let's see if they have anything to offer. It's an easy decision, Your Highness. You're marrying to the patricians as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? We'll see. Meanwhile, hidden in a labyrinth beneath an eastern castle, Monarch Nyx trusts us counts more and more. Yesterday we met for afternoon tea. They even said they'd invest in our beekeepers. Lamentably, even if the monarch trusts us, the Archbishop doesn't. For the next stage of the scheme, you must lower your faith to 4 or less in a year. Good luck! Somewhere in the vast southern hills is a forgotten pilgrimage site. Once it housed the saints' bones. Now it plays host to a secret night meeting of the Grandees. It's not enough. The peasants couldn't care less about the monarch or their ordered wealth. How are we supposed to cite an uprising in this climate? We should start by ensuring the monarch actually has some wealth to flaunt. Shame the monarch seems determined to be destitute. Perhaps they're just really bad with money. Yeah, it's that one. The Grandees' aim is to raise the treasury to 2,000 or more. Don't worry, this is a long-term goal. Right! I think a tax break for all of you sounds good. And I think a harsh tax on the rest of you is probably great. Gain a bit of money. Ooh, balance things out. It's for the Demon Lord. Thank you very much, Godly Hero. But I'm not a demon. I'm just a monarch. Literally robbing the poor. I'm poor. Bankruptcy looms. Crab smuggling. Oh no. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Where the hell did it all go? I couldn't possibly say, Your Majesty. Perhaps you've been spending a little too freely. Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. You could get a bank loan to sell off the crown jewels, or perhaps crack open some of your predecessors' tombs. Most were buried with piles of gold, or so I've heard. $2,000. think it's time to sell off some jewellery. Debase the currency. No! No! We do this. We sell off some jewellery. You auction off dozens of necklaces, 5 gold rings, and a jewelled scepter to my nobles. It's a humiliating affair. Selling off symbols of power makes you look weak and desperate. Ooh, look at this tiara. Fetching, isn't it? Don't mind if I do. Hey, check out this scepter. It's like I'm the monarch. Puts me just below the threshold. Kiko proves he understands economics better than 99.999% of the world leaders. Crab smuggling. Greetings, Your Majesty. Ever since the sale of jeweled crabs was outlawed, crab smugglers are damn near taking over the coast. To make matters worse, the local sheriffs are so deep in the smugglers' pockets they might as well be lint. But I made the sale of crabs illegal. You did, Your Majesty. That's why I'm calling them smugglers and not legitimate businessmen. Rival smugglers are murdering each other on the beaches. It's carnage out there. I could appoint trustworthy sheriffs. We could hire a sea wizard. But that would be a terrible idea. But you want to hire the sea wizard, don't you? You want the sea wizard, don't you? You want the sea wizard. But it would nearly bankrupt us. Grandees don't want COD. This is true. You don't. But think of the crabs! And the treasury. Yeah. I might veto D. Actually, no. I'm going... I'm gonna veto the Sea Wizard. I just can't risk being that poor. Everything else, we'll see. The strongly word... The trusted sheriffs is an interesting idea. The votes are scattered everywhere. Scattered all over the place. Patricians are voting pretty solidly here. See, I'm trying to help you all, okay? Focus solely on crab-related crime. The new crab squad proves a great success, arresting dozens of crab smugglers within their first month. They invite you to personally inspect their confiscated goods, proudly showing off a heap of sparkling crabs tall as a house. You watch solemnly as they are set on fire. The smell is delicious. They set the crabs on fire. Oh no. I found 3 potential candidates for you. 1 from each of the kingdom's regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Well, let's have a look. So, first person. This is Sylvia, the eldest heir of the Eastern Lord Canis dynasty. In their youth, they ran off and tried to join a circus. They found them in the end. Thank the ninth. They had a laboratory installed in their castle and spent most of their time there, conducting bizarre experiments. They got in some trouble with the Inquisition a while ago, but it didn't come to anything. From the coast, we have Aurelia, the wealthiest heiress to Lady Patricia Neo-Nautilus's estate. I mean, just look at her. She's gorgeous. And apparently she's got a silver tongue, too. She's also obsessed with the arena. All her friends are gladiators, and some even enter the fights themselves. And apparently she has a dark side, though I don't know much more about her. And finally from the south, Pasqualo, the eldest son of the arcane rogue lineage. He's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun. But there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? He spends most of his time in the library, face buried in the books of ancient history. And he's got grand plans by all accounts. He wants to change the world. We have had a Eastern Count before. Well, who do you think? By picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I think I've made my decision. Aurelia of the coast. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. See, patricians, I am treating you well. Together we can do this. Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the coastal patricians are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams. On the wall is a corkboard filled with pins and crisscrossed by coloured string. The monarch has finally found a match, even if it isn't who we'd hoped. Now, you just need to get on with the wedding. It was exactly who you hoped! It was your people! Indeed, and then on producing an heir. The counts have been unusually quiet recently. They've been trying to get into the monarch's good books, but I can't work out why. They've got to keep up our efforts. Monarch Nyx isn't going anywhere on our watch. Keep supporting me. Alright. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the iron choice. And I'm gonna get rid of the monarch's vote. We don't want royal gamble. City in flames, wizard troubles, and the royal wedding. Let's start with the royal wedding, shall we? Your wedding to Aurelia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Faction check, please. You are a patrician, Lakelock. The patricians are loyalists, you're on my side, and you're trying to help me achieve my faith ambition. So we need to keep faith high. We also need to make sure that the faith of the counts remains high, and also keep our wealth below 2,000. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Aurelia at your side. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I now pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast. And after the feast, there is a dance. Your new wife Aurelia laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech in which she flatters you outrageously. I think she does. By the time you find yourself alone, it's past midnight. You never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? Yeah. You endure a long conversation which Aurelia seems determined to flatter you relentlessly and agree with everything you say. By night's end, you still don't know who Aurelia really is. Her real personality is concealed beneath 100 layers of etiquette. You go to your separate bedchambers. Still strangers. Meanwhile, wizard problems. More trouble in Chensk, your majesty. Ever since the stone-twisted monster Gordius took up residence there to train his apprentices, the surrounding fields have withered. The soil is turning to stone, and a number of serfs have been struck with leprosy. We can't do anything about wizards. Leave them alone. Ooh. We could just say no. We aren't doing anything. I am not meddling with a wizard. A wizard's gonna wizard. Do not anger the wizard. Wizard. Wizards, yep. This has been the say no monarch so far. We can't do anything about wizards. Leave him alone. So you'll just let them do whatever he wants? Some monarch! The fields continue to wither and die, until people inevitably start to starve. Most of them move away, turning Chensk into a ghost town. It takes months before Gordius abruptly departs. By then, Chensk has become an accursed stain on eastern maps. But they have left. They have left. I achieved the thing. See, no to crabs, no to tradition, no to wizards, no to... What else did we say no to? What else did we ban? We banned crabs, we banned tradition, we didn't rebuild, we said no to wizards. Your Majesty, there's been a terrible fire in the city of Saranona. Where once there were buildings, there is now a field of smouldering ash. Dozens of peasants have died. What caused the fire? Filled with religious conviction, the townsfolk seized the travelling wizard and attempted to burn him at the stake for practicing dark magic. See? Wizards! He walked out of the city unharmed. The same cannot be said for those who tried to burn him. That is why you never tangle with wizards. I was hoping the council might unlock some funds from the treasury so we could rebuild. D is a terrible idea. D is a really terrible idea. I'm not even kidding. D is awful. You could always veto. That is true. I could always veto. Wizards, what could possibly go wrong? Everything could go wrong. Everything could go wrong. Offer no help. No to everything. The monarch who said no. That's pretty much who Nyx is. So this is an anime monarch who just doesn't want to do anything and says no. It's even in his name. Hey guys. I have a great plan. Let's put it up to a vote. Your option is no. I refuse to vote for this charade. Hey, you have an option. It's called no. An excellent choice, Your Majesty. Paralyzed with indecision. And what do you know? An 100% voting rate. No or very no. You send word to the grandees of Saranona that they will be expected to rebuild their own city without the monarch's help. Knight, preserve us! What's the point of having a monarch in the first place?
Ooh, a pouch
Achievement
of
unlocked.
gold.
No. Achievement unlocked. You need to build your own city out of something that's not made of wood. It's alright, it's good. Everything's fine. That's a bit of a problem. Bad mushrooms. Silver discovered. The call of the arena. Ah, Nyx, I have something I need to discuss with you. I've been honing my combat skills in the practice yard, but I long to experience the real thing. The arena in my hometown is looking for volunteers. May I heed the call? Sure, whatever. Just keep me out of it. Who will be fighting? Mostly wild animals, like bulls or lions, but if I impress, who knows? Maybe I'll get to fight an arena legend like the Adder, or Horeo the Bulwark. Not to worry, fights against gladiators are only the first blood, of course. Sure, whatever. If you say so. From what you hear, Aurelia's first bout goes well, as she impresses the crowd with her handiwork dispatching a particularly fearsome lion. There will be more fights to come, so you hear. At least she's finally found an outlet for all that aggression, you muse. She's fine. Silver! Excellent news from the east, your majesty. Prospectors have discovered deposits of silver on my land. Mining will begin. Wait. Grandy Frankmaster waves an ancient parchment. The silver belongs to me. The deposit is on our side of the border, and this scroll proves it. This could get nasty, your majesty. The border between the east and south has always been highly contested. Well, the east owns it, the south is entitled to it, or they both must share it. I have some paper that says so. Can we mutually agree to be annoyed? Apparently so. No fighting! Come on, people! Why must we always fight? We literally are the monarch. It's like, nah! No one's gonna get their way. You see, that's the thing. You know you've done a good deal of compromise when nobody comes away from the agreement happy. My authority is 9. You must share. Count Explosihornik and Grandy Frankmaster exchange wary glances. As they shake hands, their smiles are very tight. See, it's good! Bad mushrooms. Bad news, Your Grace. The eastern peasants are starving. Predictable, yes, but in their starvation they have turned to foraging for swamp mushrooms to survive. This particular variety is delicious and filling, but makes one very ill. After a brief recovery, all seems well. I don't like where this is going. The next morning, the unfortunate soul rises from their bed in a fugue state, wandering the streets as though touched by a demon. Then they drop dead. This mushroom is so dangerous that the servants are calling it the sixth god's bane. It sounds rather useful. Oh, well, I couldn't comment on that. If we can't get more food in the east, we should at least tell the peasants what this sixth god's bane looks like. Pay the counts to harvest mushrooms for the spy master. The other nobles must send aid to the east, or ensure people know how to recognize the sixth god's bane. A does sound interesting. I mean, we could always do with poison mushrooms. 80% still pretty much 0? I mean, possibly? I feel like everybody wants us to harvest mushrooms, but oh, people want us to harvest mushrooms for the spy master. Oh. You never know. You don't. That is true. That is true. Ah, darn it. The call to unity, I think, failed. However, the harvest is little for the starving peasants, but at least the sixth god's bane is no longer on the menu. In the meantime, the spy master hoards the mushrooms, distilling them down carefully until a deadly poison remains. I'm sure we'll have no need for that deadly poison. Right! Okay, patricians, we don't want B. We do want E, however. Well, hang on, we haven't started yet. B is bad, E is good. Oh, that's a lot of money for E. So really we want E and something else? But I get the feeling... Ooh, how are we going to do this? There are some very deep pockets. Kigo, we need to lose 5 fave points. It could happen. All it takes is one bad event. There are some catastrophic events out there, Faramir. Remember, you gained 5 faith from one event. And I need that faith. And we need that military. Suddenly someone like fun... Oh! Oh! Snuck in there at the end! With a negative. I mean, alright. Nebula Storm just funded 8,000 in F. That seems like an interesting choice. Well, no military. Not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Ah! Your marriage has grown stale. That it has. Well, at least it means that faith hasn't gone down. She cares more about perfecting her combat moves than your happiness, but spark or no spark, you still need an heir. The royal wedding was indeed a magnificent affair. But something's still missing. You need an heir. Well, we know exactly what we're going for. A child! The traditional method. It's pretty good. However, no silver. Count Explodes Hornek and Grandee Frank Master arrive in the council chamber side by side. This is the 3rd week in a row with no silver. Why are the miners spending all my time playing this rock ball sport anyway? Drakov's bones, it was your miners who invented rock ball. I can't help that Eastern workers are competitive. It's a disaster. Even the miners who haven't broken their arms aren't getting any mining done. Ban rock ball! We can just say no! But you know what? Banning rock ball would be in character. But this time, I'm gonna let you decide. Somehow the 100% chance still fails. We're just the no monarch. No fun allowed. I'm sorry, no fun. No rock ball, no crabs, no help, no wizards. I know rocks, but I need to hold on to that veto. We ban rock ball. And amazingly I gained stability from that. Because half the nobles voted for that. Glory to Nyx the boring. You issue a stern proclamation reminding both parties that rocks are for mining, not for sport. There's a strong hint that heads will roll if they don't get back to work and produce some silver. The miners fall in line, transferring the spirit of competition from rock ball to silver production. The counts and grandees profit greatly. See, you were a little bit rebellious. But it's alright, because I have 10 in authority and stability. I am the dullest king, but the people love me, and my realm and reign is absolute. Fashion is cyclical, your esteemed majesty. An old trend has returned, and has swept through the coast. Bees! Bees? In jewelry, your serene highness, the buzzing insects can be found trapped in golden tree sap. My coastal artisans use these to adorn necklaces and rings, shining like little gemstones. But my artisans can't keep up with demand, and a glorious trade opportunity slips through my fingers. Our fingers. Bees? The little buzzy things, your majesty. Their population on the coast is dwindling, but you can help. encourage farmers to focus on beekeeping. They keep the honey. I only ask for the bees lost each harvest. What about the wasps? Wasps are cheaper than bees, but I promise you, people won't notice the difference. Wasp jewelry is just creepy. We'll put it to the council. Force a new fashion trend instead. Oh my word, I can force a fashion trend. The only thing we are doing... wasps, 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 wasps. No, no people. The only one we're doing is this. No, none on that. Force a new fashion trend. We are literally the monarch of no fun. This is glorious. We're the monarch of zero fun. No fun allowed. No wasps, no bees. No nothing. You get nothing. This is... I do want wasps. Force a new fashion trend. When you next greet the Count, all eyes are on your sparkling necklace adorned with a troll's knuckle bone. If the monarch's wearing it, it must be the height of fashion. Word spreads and coastal artisans take note. Bees are so last season. Look at that! Trade went up. Meanwhile, a count rides to a remote and remarkable spot. Another joins him. Blood and stars! It's too dangerous to make a move against the monarch with a church so influential. The count's aim is to lower their faith to 4 or less. Nothing bad can come from this whatsoever. Oh, that would bankrupt us. That's alright, though. Actually, no. Just leave it as it is. No, I think it's fine. I don't actually think we need anything. No cruel taxes. Tiny amount of money increase. Normal. A sacrilegious request. Uh-oh. Your Serene Highness, I'm as devout as anyone, but it's beyond ridiculous that for one day of every week, all shops shut and no work gets done. I know, it's the 9th god holy day, the day he rested after slaughtering the other gods like cattle, but must it interrupt trade? I'm leaving profit on the table. And I need to remind you the coast is the economic powerhouse keeping the kingdom afloat. I think the counts have something to say about that. We should receive special dispensation. The High Inquisitor won't like this. What won't I like? How long have you been standing there? The 9th ensures I appear where I am most needed. I assure you, High Inquisitor, I have nothing but the utmost devotion to the 9th, but I need to think about my profits. Ooh, okay, people. I think we need to keep that daily day of rest. No rest! No! No profits! No profits! Keep the daily day of rest. Keep it! The counts! Their mathematical acumen is incalculable. Oh, we are just the... Yeah, we want patricians' faith to go up. This is true, we want patricians' faith to go up. Uh-oh. No, come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's tied! I get to pick the deciding vote! I'm the tiebreaker! But the 9th! Fine! I'll just go back to propping up this kingdom's economy, shall I? On the way back to the villa, Landlocked II is mobbed by religious zealots, held in makeshift stocks for a week, and pelted with dung and rotting meat. The common folk find it hilarious, and church donations triple overnight. Any rumours that the High Inquisitor was involved are totally unfounded. Meanwhile... This simply can't go on, Your Majesty. These arch-boffins think they know everything, but they know nothing of the Ninth God's wrath. Please, Your Majesty, we found a perfect site for an observatory, high in the southern hills, but it's on Grandee D.O. Dragon II's lands, and she refuses to let us build there. Such things are heresy. The stars are just as big and close as the Ninth God intended. Who put you up to this idea, I bet it was one of those counts, like Area High One II. Construct the observatory? Forbid the construction of the observatory? Ooh! I mean, see, we can just go, no observatories! No anything! But my stars! We have just become... no observatories, and no learning either. Oh, it's a tie between forbid the construction and investigate the funding. Oh, this is the monarch of no. Nyx learnt a word and it was no. They learnt a word and it was no. Construct the observatory. We're gonna forbid the construction and investigate the scholars' funding. A thorough investigation quickly unearths the truth. The scholar's patron is none other than Conti Area High 1-2. Hold on a moment! This was never a secret to begin with. All my accounts are public. Dio Dragon 2 is just paranoid of a conspiracy. This observatory could advance the knowledge of the stars by hundreds of years. Is it a crime to fund the sciences now? I feel like the first one might be a problem. If you kill him, you get his money. I do not want to kill him. No, but you're infringing on the Grandee's religious freedoms. Religious freedoms? Bah! It's just blatant favoritism, and you know it. Though you've attracted the ire of the Counts, the Grandees are at least satisfied. It's safe to say you won't hear any more complaints about observatories. Does anyone have an issue about game? No, it's fine. Meanwhile, troublesome holidaymakers. Ninth preserve us, this is not to be borne. Grandee welcome Tiny Train bandages a crumpled hat. A hat? Oh, Gram Mercy, I think that's mine. It was left on the edge of my estate by a group of patricians on holiday, along with a huge number of empty bottles of wine. They scattered picnic baskets everywhere, trampled my crops, set about a bonfire all night. My horses are terrified. Now I know, the culprit was Lord Patrician Spook 205 and his dissolute idle friends. We're just enjoying our prosperity and taking a break. Southern food is so delightful. There's only so many fish dishes you can try on the coast. You should be flattered that we're so eager to visit. Flattered? By the ninth, when the patricians come to our lands, all we do is cause trouble and distraction. Well... No more holidays in the south! No holidays! Oh my word! Now I'm getting sad! I can't influence the vote. Not reasonably. You... Oh! Oh no! We are the kingdom of nope! The kingdom of nope! Oh, hang on! Hang on! Hang on! Looks like no! Carry on as usual. You're angry over nothing. Welcome, Grandy Tiny Train storms out of the council hall and returns to the south in high dudgeon. The patricians are delighted to continue visiting the southern lands, but as more squabbles and fights break out between the nobles, their banquets are cut short and they eventually retreat to the coast. It's fine. You didn't get to 10 authority and 10 stability with no motion, but say yes to everything. No, I didn't. No, I think we're fine with what we've got. Your distant cousin, a petition from afar, and a terrible curse. Grandy Darsklian rushes into the council chamber, breathless and in disarray. By the blood of the dead, you look like you haven't slept in weeks. That's because I've been placed under a curse. Look, my hair's falling out in chunks. Perhaps you're ill or old. It was one of my knaves. I saw it in her eyes. She's an evil witch. What are you... I'm just curious there, Tiny Train. What are you linking there? It's an image. Well... I mean, 2 of these are pretty much a guaranteed, like... I mean, alright. All of these are pretty good. Have the so-called witch tested. Does she weigh as much as a duck? No witchcraft. Well, sneaky vote there right at the end. Oh! You know, we're gonna go with the, Let's go with A. You arrange for a priestess of a ninth god to question the accused. The church does not look kindly upon witches, particularly if they're cursing a noble for no reason. After several days of questioning and burning of incense, the priestess makes her announcement. The accused is innocent. Things settle down, and Darklian eventually admits that some new pomade may be to blame for his hair troubles. Pomade. There we go! Farming up, defiance down, all good. Bad stuff. Your Majesty, there's a petitioner here to see you. I'm not exactly sure where she's from. I assume you have a good reason for letting her in. You'll see soon enough, Your Majesty. Greetings, Your Majesty. I am Oreed. I have a proposition for you. Tell me more. Where are you from? Distant shores, Your Majesty. I prefer to keep my origins a secret. And who are you exactly? I am but a humble ship's captain, one of great renown, but that was a different time. Not a pirate, then? No, Your Majesty. I would never countenance the thought. Tell me more about this proposition. 3 ships are docked in the harbour, their hulls are packed to the gills with muskets and gunpowder, and they each boast a full battery of cannons. They are all yours in exchange for small favour. What would I do with muskets? Outfit your army with them, Your Majesty. They are powerful weapons, enough to give you an edge over your enemies. On this favour, I only wish to stay in this kingdom for the blessing and protection. With your blessing and protection, I can show your soldiers how to use the weapons, of course, to avoid accidents. What did you do? I don't know what you mean, Your Majesty. I simply wish to keep my dealings private. You'll forgive me, I hope. Triple no! I mean... we said no last time. I want you all to have military, though. The only option is B. No to everything. Well, this time, we are not going to confiscate and take you prisoner. We're taking the guns, apparently. We're taking the guns, apparently. Say no to turning away the pirate, No questions! Oh, what's this gonna do? Oh! Oreed and her weapons prove most useful in the coming months. She and her crew train your officers as promised. Oreed demonstrates by punching a metal breastplate at 500 yards. The council clearly made the right decision. Ooh! Well, the military's not a problem anymore. Your esteemed highness, I have a matter of some delicacy to speak to you about. Good day, cousin! How's the old kingdom going, eh? I always thought it looked like a lot of work, but I suppose you get a fancy hat. Lord Fizzlebert is your very, very distant cousin, about 15th in line to the throne. You haven't seen him in years. Cousin, why are you dressed like that? Quite the dashing figure, aren't I? Had to borrow a few bits from noble patrician Ada after a donkey chewed through my coat. Lord Fizzlebert's been staying at my estate for the last year, your esteemed highness, but regrettably there have been some financial impacts. He's been borrowing money from me for months, saying he'll pay me back when his luck turns. But now my coffers are bare. Yes, yes, poor Ada couldn't even afford a little banquet to see me off. Hello, Ancient Steltic. 42 months, thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you, thank you. I'm sorry it's come to this, but I must petition the court for funds, your esteemed highness. Pay for the hospitality? Leave Lord Fizzlebert to sort this out. I mean... no to debt bailouts. I say we let him sort himself out. I say we let him sort himself out. Where's the hit him with a stick option? Nah. We'll not hit him with a stick. We can deal with the defiance. And we can easily, like, lower things a bit. I may be biased in this vote. You might be biased in this vote. I understand that you are biased in this vote. I think you should vote for me. I don't think anyone agrees with you. Lord Fizzlebert storms out in a noisy huff. Still, at least the treasury is safe in your cousin's grasp. Give me one moment, folks. I'll be right back. We're doing well here. Who could have seen that coming? I know. Look at me slowly dragging the country back into prosperity. Hello everyone, I'm back. It's going somewhere. Do we have an heir? We do! Your quest for an heir has finally complete. You stand before the council holding a child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to... my son. The The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your son. What is his name? Nyxing. No harder. Most pleasing, Your Highness. I'm sure little Nyxing will be a chip off the old block. No, he won't! What? Sorry, force of habit. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition, win the game. Expect a visit from your spy master soon. Your complaining cousin. Interesting news on the coast. Do all your family reunions go this well? I thought it went fine. You could say that. Lord Fizzlebert has decided to tell everyone that you're unwilling to give someone of your own blood funds on which to survive. It's stirring up bad feelings against you. Better to nip this in the bud before it goes out of control. Officially reprimand him for his insolence!
Mayhem!
And that's Godly Hero gifting a sub there. First time gifting one. Thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. Hard no! Hard no! We could just say no! Yeah, also, we are vetoing that one. Say no! Stop it, cousin! Oh my word, this is the monarchy to end all monarchies here. The king just went, I'm not gonna fail like the other monarch did. No to everything! You dug your hole, lie in it. Oh my word, 30 votes! 30! The grannies need to get to 2,000. Don't worry, we can get rid of some money at some point. You send a stern letter to Lord Fizzlebert, chiding him for his behaviour. You do not hear anything back. Yet. Perhaps he's changed his ways? The Kurth captain you're allowed to stay in the capital, the one you trade those weapons to. She's been the cause of some concern. Nobles have complained that she's been rude and confrontational. She does not know royal etiquette after all. Worse, some suspect her of being a Kurth spy. Very well, I'll have a word. You find Orid pacing the halls, far from her assigned chambers. Can I help? Kurth bounty hunters landed on the coast not long ago. I can see where this is going. Exactly, they're looking for me. I did not expect them to come here. Clearly I was wrong. Tell me what you did, and I might help you. My crime was a crime of thought. I dared to disagree with the other senators on a matter of great import. So you're a senator of Kurth? I was. Once. Now I am nothing. Orid said no! You're fine as long as you stay with me. Are you sure? I'm the monarch. There is nowhere safer. Very well. I hope my trust is not misplaced. It'll be fine! Alright! Money time, everyone! You've got a military up. Let's make sure B doesn't get funded. I said no. You said yes to... No. I said yes to someone who says no. F and D would be fant... Oh! Pff, there's 7k into that. 8k into that. Oh my word. That's a lot of faith reduction there. See, the game's been constantly giving you, by no faith. Yeah. There's also a farming one. I see D is being funded as well. I have like 200. You'll have fun. Oh, there are some people who've been hoarding wealth, like Fledgling. Fledgling's hoarding it. Say no to the 9th. No! Say yes to the 9th. Well, the good news is our military is getting better. Their faith is getting worse. However, my ambition. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a saint. You're well on your way to reaching that goal. The Church have never loved a monarch more. Well done, Your Majesty. But to shut down the nobles scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. Your Majesty, if you need to spread the zeal of a ninth church, the Church will lend our full support. With the backing of a church, the nobles wouldn't dare move against you. Have you heard of the Scepter of Sages? Authority and faith! Oh! Authority and faith! We will be elevated by the Church to the status of a living saint. A wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll send word to my priests. But of course, you need to be worthy. Your priority is to raise your authority and the kingdom's overall faith as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. Your Majesty, the good folk are bounty hunters, representing the Republic of Kurth, they say. Monarch Nyx, we greet you humbly. How may I help you? We are searching for someone. A fugitive, you might say. Last we heard, she went under the name Orid. What kind of fugitive is she? The ships under her command are property of the Republic of Kurth, as is their cargo. I don't know anyone by that name. Forgive us, Your Majesty, but we're not fools. We know your military is using the weapon she stole. Well, she's under my protection, as we feared. Still, perhaps you'll work out a deal? The Grand Pensionary of Kurth is offering a large bounty for the return of this woman. We are sure that an esteemed monarch such as yourself would not risk drawing Kurth's ire. As proof of our goodwill, we will even allow you to keep the firearms that were stolen. We are not handing her over. We are not handing her over. But we could pay for a fake. Come on, let's pay for a fake. Joke's on you. Military up? What on earth is that choice? That is interesting. We like her. She gave us guns. What is going on with this monarchy? We're fixing the country. The nation is being healed. No to handing her over. If we can't win, we might as well have fun. Do we give invisible maybe? I hope so. The bounty hunters do not take long to consider your offer. They return to Kurth with the head of a nameless prisoner. You hope officials back in the Republic will be none the wiser. Orid decides to stay in the kingdom, offering advisory services to your navy as payment for sparing her. Marvelous! Oh, my dear cousin, whatever can I do? I must throw myself on your mercy once again. What happened? Did you run out of snuff boxes? Your Majesty, I'm hurt! I know I've been irresponsible in the past, but I'm beyond all that now. No, it's that I'm building a sanctuary for retired hunting dogs in the coast, but I've run out of money. I hope there was some spare coin in my treasury. Those poor dogs are so in need. Look, okay, it's for puppies, alright? It's puppies. Can you say no to puppies? The game's like, but will you say no to puppies? And it's like, no. The options are either yes or yes. Say no to saying no. We don't have a choice to say no either way. This is true. You don't. Please let this work. The economy of the coast isn't as robust enough for this vanity project. Lord Fitzalbert stubbornly keeps his sanctuary going, but it doesn't become popular. At least he's out of your hair. Ah well. Even had a third option. It's still yes. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I think leaving things as they are is perfectly fine. Decent taxes for everyone. Should we just see if we can win now? Let's see if we're lucky enough. It's not guaranteed. Your Majesty, I've received messages from the priests beyond the capital. They've been working hard to promote your power in every sermon. What have they been saying? The crown has a divine right to rule, but my priests are pushing that message just a bit harder. More of a divine mandate. 100% chance here. Listen to the priest's letters. Your command of the kingdom is masterful, Your Majesty. The nobles are in no position to push back against you. Now the true journey of sainthood begins. We will scour the kingdom for miracles, so that you can show the holiness of your rule. Please thank your priests for me. Oh, they need no thanks. More than ever they serve the crown, and the ninth as one. I shall write to my priests directly. They will investigate any potential miracles and send word once they find something. It's a 70% chance. And 70% chances happen 0% of the time. Wait for a miracle. After a few weeks, Lord Patrician Uncle Putt arrives excitedly. Say no to failure, everyone! Who would have thought that the way to win is to be the most boring king imaginable? 70% succeeded? It's a miracle! You got very unlucky there, Grandees. I managed to get you past... Say no to failure. What an interesting thing here. I won by just saying no to everything. Banning everything. Saying no. Look at that authority and the stability. So all hail Saint Nyx the Nope. Oh, it should be. Marvellous, Your August Majesty! Excellent news from the coast! Yeah, Counts had 2 chances to lower faith, yeah. 9 white wildcats were seen close to a patrician's villa, and a group of mercenaries followed them along the coast. There they found an ancient forgotten church carved into the cliffside. The wildcats vanished, leaving only a handful of fur. Besides, you must recall how last week the statue of St. Bertrand wept blood after you visited the cathedral, and that a peasant reported a vision of you being blessed by the ninth. When the monarch's rule is holy, the ninth god rewards. Everyone agrees the signs are here. Does that mean it's time? I believe it is, Your Majesty. I will make the preparations for the ceremony at St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I look forward to seeing you. That evening, your wife comes to see you. St. Nyx, what an honor! I can only imagine what you'll do with the kingdom after this. I'll deal with my enemies swiftly. I hope so, Nyx. I suspect you'll have made a lot of them. Before you know it, the time has come. It's a gloriously sunny day in the capital, and the layers upon layers of ceremonial robes are rather hot. It was the great negotiator. But Nyx said no to a few of the letters. And there's Throica gifting subs. That is so kind of you. That's 5 subs you gifted. Thank you ever so much. You'll be a saint. It's thou shalt not now. You stand before the Archbishop in St. Bertrand's Cathedral in front of the gathered nobles. You are! You are, Mephistum. Aurelia stands beside you, her hand in yours. Off to the side, Nyx too is watching excitedly. He occasionally tries to dash into the crowd, but his governess retrieves him each time. Just remember, Pat, the most boring monarch ever was your fault. Say no to the ninth god, praise the bees! We gather before the power of the ninth god to witness the holy influence of Monarch Nyx. There follows a very long sermon. It goes on. And on. Oh my word. Oh my word, look at that. All 10s across the board. I don't think that I don't think the Count should ever go for a possession one ever again. Say no to demons. But eventually, it's time for your blessing. A blanket of silence falls over the cathedral. You step forward and the Archbishop sprinkles holy water upon your brow. There, where's my pea cult? If you're gonna preach, better have sea legs. That's true. Perhaps you will feel something. Bright spark of potential. The future stretches ahead as the endless power of the influential church surrounds you. The nobles can never stand against you now. Rise more! Once more, monarch of the kingdom and Saint Nyx. May the ninth bless this day. He will, your majesty. He will. Applause rises in the cathedral, echoing in the huge rafters. Surrounded by her red-robed devotees, the High Inquisitor is watching closely. After a moment, she applauds with the rest. At the next council session, nobles arrive to find a cluster of Inquisitors who have joined your honor guard. What are they doing here? Since when does the Inquisition have a place in the council? By the ninth, hush! Do you want to be tried for heresy? That's right. You should be worried. The nobles exchange frantic looks, but none of them speak up. Not even Grandy Trusty Engineer. Over the course of the day, even the boldest noble is quick to vote with the crown. It's so easy, relaxing, efficient. You finish early for the first time in months. With the church at your back, you have license to do what you please. As long as you keep on the God's good side, of course. A long, glorious, and venerated reign awaits for Saint Nyx of Nope. Unable to convince the peasants to act in time, the Grandee's scheme fizzled into irrelevancy. Perhaps next time they take matters into their own hands, instead of hinging their plans on the whims of common folk. The patricians celebrated their victory, and Nyx was venerated as a true hero of the coast. But some whispered that the patricians were losing control of their puppet, as the monarch consolidated their power around their heir, Prince Nyx II. Shortly after Monarch Nyx's reign ended, the Inquisitors raided Count Faramir's castle and placed him under arrest for evil magic. As he burned, he screamed the secret name of the seventh god. Praise be! Under Saint Nyx's reign, the church was all-powerful. The only thing warmer than the hearts of believers were the heretics being burned alive. The monarch died peacefully after another 15 years of devout rule. Legend says that an angel appeared at their bedside to bear them to the thereafter. Monarch Nyx the Holy, 2 years and 9 months. The wealthiest noble is still fledgling Phoenix. The poorest is Faramir with 100. More like the Noli. Yep. Look at that kingdom. Look at the kingdom that Nyx II is inheriting. Look at it. Farming too. Yeah, okay, the farming's not great. However, the military. We started with look at that hair. That is an anime protagonist's son hair if ever I've seen one. Really is a saint just for improving the kingdom so much. Military could have been better. Thriftland, do you want to know what the military started at? 1. The Counts had 0, the Grandees had 0, and the patricians had 1. We have raised it exponentially. You were right, it could indeed only go up. Just in time for a war against the slighted Senate of... Yeah... Next time the monarch bodyguard is the... Next time we might actually try and go for a military victory. Who knows? By military you mean the patricians had a boat. Yeah, the patricians had 1 boat. Maybe a new kingdom? Do you want a new kingdom? We could get a new kingdom? That could be interesting. With some different people. Maybe not have the East there at once. Say no to new kingdoms! No more crabs! I'd say we get one last military attempt. We could try one last military attempt. It could be interesting. But I am certainly thinking that we should try and get a new kingdom at some point. We could make a poll. That is true. We could indeed make a poll. I need to remember how to do that. Hang on. Let me get that done. If I do this and I have community, no, and no. I literally have no idea how to do this. I am good at this. No. No. I don't know how to make a poll. I don't know. I'm the best. Let us exit the game just for now. It might be that. Let's have a look. Let's see if that'll do it. Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. If we do that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I've got it. Okay. Now, there we go. New kingdom or no? New kingdom? Stick with this one or no to voting? I mean, I had to. I had to put a no to voting option. A return. How did Nyx do? We noped our way to victory. Oh my word, no to voting is second. No! Which one's the monarch's golden choice? I need wealth. You had to make an option, didn't you? Yeah, of course I did! Chat's gone nuts. We noped our way to victory, quote, please. Yep. Yep. Well, we'll add that as a quote. We noped our way to victory. Well, glad to see that this vote went great. This has been a productive vote. I now know how to make votes, though. Quote, noped. If we start a new one, can we come back to the... Yes, absolutely. The fun part is that it doesn't delete the dynasty, it's just there as an option. So we can always come back to this one. Really, what were you expecting to happen? Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. It's alright, I have a second vote after this. And this vote will determine absolutely. It's alright. There won't be a no option. We can make 3 kingdoms with different factions and then switch after a second. We could. That is true. We could. So, no to voting one. Okay. Not shocking anyone. Let's make a new poll, okay? I will make a new poll. Hang on, I've got an idea. I've got it. I've got it, okay, okay. I've got it. I'm working it out. I'm writing it, don't worry. It's going to be a good poll. You can't make a new poll, we voted not to vote. No, it's alright! It's alright, good. Here we go. No? No! Nay! Absolutely not. Not a chance. No polls, remember? No! Look, there is your poll, okay? Everyone voted no. Look, I just need to be sure, okay? I need to be sure. He's gone mad with power. No, I haven't. Someone's got to hold... That's true. Someone's got to hold me to my own standards. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Behold the power of nope. No is such a powerful tool. Kiko is saying? Well, yeah. You should have voted option E. That's what someone with power would say. This reminded me of a... I'm so no, I didn't even vote. That's the spirit. We might not... I'm sort of thinking as to what... The first thing I need to do if I'm going to make a new dynasty is I need to make a new monarch. Don't tell him we're just voices in his head. But you pay me money sometimes. How can the voices in my head do that? There is a difference between apathy and no, though. That is true. That is very true. Very wealthy voices. So what we need to do is first I need to design an amazing monarch. And a bit, apparently. Thank you very much, Goth Alice. Okay, so we've concluded from the vote, no. Alright, this is important. We have concluded no. Oh yeah, I made that monarch, didn't I? Oh, I really like that monarch. That's a really good monarch. I remember that one. Now, if you made a new dynasty, it's like a sober and responsible fellow. The thing is, though, if we got started, we wouldn't be able to make much forward progress, but we can absolutely get it set up. Dynasty name. Honestly, that's a good name. There we go. There we go. We'll be Gladstone. Monarch of nobody. Dynasty of nowhere. Right. Make me he. No, this means I might have to make a new custom character. We're still not going to the White Tower. Why not? Oh, we need a cube. Absolutely, you play on Twitch. Okay, so we've had these three for a very long time. And you forever. I say we have no to the counts this time. Right, I'm gonna get a dice out, hang on. I happen to have a D20 here. Red, blue, green? So, I'm gonna do some rolling. Because we've had red and blue together. We've had red and blue together before. But the problem is if we have the patricians, we'll just have crabs again. The avatars for all of them are amazing, so I cannot. Grandees for number 3. We could have counts, barons, chiefs, and grandees. But you have chiefs and barons, and that really changes things. There you go. You have barons, chiefs, grandees. That means you get different interactions, because there are events that, like, work with these and them. And no crab tax anymore. The bees are sad. We'll get this started. We can at the very least get an odd season or 2 done. Trust the engineer, Tentretto. Hello, Joffrey. Back to the north. Yeah, we have the chiefs of the north, the barons of the marsh, the grandees of the south. I can't avoid House Yellow. Apparently not. Thritherland is one of the chiefs. Hey, look at mine, please. Alright. You're actually in the Chiefs of the North. And the colour returns. Grandees only because I had a custom made already. Wait, I managed to change my faction. Yeah! This is a new, this is a new people. Like, new one means that you can have a different thing. Check mine if registered. Fancy. Right. I think we have enough to get started. New kingdom, everyone. Look! We have blue. We have yellow. We have red. Now that you're king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the wintry north, the scorching south, and of course, the bleak marsh. Let's meet the grandees first. May the ninth god bless your reign, your highness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. What about the chiefs? Good luck in the days ahead, your highness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. Thanks. What about the barons of the march? Hail and well met, your highness. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as nobles argue with each other again. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. The coronation. Your Majesty, I've scheduled the coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. They wouldn't dare. You should pay more attention to history books, your Majesty. The nobles are always plotting something. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens to your coronation. Of course. Shall we call them in? We have lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, religious ceremony that honours the ninth god, throw the king in the river, and outdated traditions. There's no need for a coronation at all. Oh my word, look at the chief's faith. You have a faith of 0. You have a faith of 0. Yeah, that makes sense. 6 and 7 for the others, though. got our own god. It seems like we're going to be yeeted into the river once more. Or not. Oh. 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 Host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. A coronation is a great success. Jugglers, wine, fireworks and feasts. It'll impact your treasury, of course, but what doesn't? Your Majesty, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? As a conqueror. A warrior king is bound to be remembered fondly. If he wins more battles than he loses. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, we'll return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Let's go for that war thing, shall we? We can at least get started on this reign. Adelis of the Faramir bloodline, notorious Marsha trapper, stands before a blazing hearth, roaring with arms outstretched. When have the barons of the March back down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. Subterfuge? Propaganda? Modernization. Lower others' military. Ah! Interesting. The barons plan to modernize the kingdom's army in such a way that it's totally under their control. First, they must prove the military is in need of reform. To advance their scheme, they must lower their military to a combined total of 10 or less in 4 seasons. Alright, people! Chiefs, grandees! You need to keep your military high. Lummi of the Sapbrook clan, powerful northern orator, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, screaming like a fallen god. Chiefs of the north! We all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter Lord King Kirin. How do we make that happen? Uprising, doppelganger, or hornblower? Huh. Lower all faith. Ooh. Oh. Oh dear. That's going to be interesting. The chiefs plan to dig up Oddhelm's legendary horn and use it to take over the kingdom. First, they must win the favour of the gods by diminishing the kingdom's belief in the ninth. To advance their scheme, you must lower the combined total of all regions' faith to 12 or less in 4 seasons. Right, so that's pretty interesting. So you need to keep faith high, everyone. Xenophon of the Farsight lineage, infamous southern elder, stands bathed in sunlight. A false pretender occupies the throne, while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the south, this is a stain on our honour. We must not allow it to go unpunished. Intimidation, fervour, or excommunication? Ooh. Right, so farming needs to be lowered, farming needs to be kept lowered, faith needs to be kept high, and military needs to be kept high. This might be a problem. The grandee claimant has chosen by the ninth god to be the next king. He's promised the first miracle, food for all. To advance their scheme, they must raise their farming to 5 or more in 4 seasons. So farming needs to go down by 2 for the grandees, military needs to be kept high, and faith needs to be kept high. This might be difficult. This might be very difficult. No interesting things there. A new plague, your honor guard, an invitation. Let's go with that. Your Majesty, Monsieur, we're holding the winter feast in my clan hall. It would be an honor if you could attend. The winter feast? What's that? 10 days of drinking, eating, fighting, competing, drinking, singing, stamping, drinking, and drinking, Your Majesty. All will take the coldest time of the year, as the snow buries us in. But you won't need to wrap up warm. That's what the whiskey's for. I look forward to it. Ah, I can't wait. Winter Feast's a special time of year. You'll see. Excellent. Plague, by the way. Your Majesty, the march has been struck with a plague. And it's not just any plague. A dancing plague. You're pulling my leg. This is no laughing matter, my liege. It affects everyone, even dogs and cats. We don't know how it started, but it's spreading quickly. Whole villages have danced themselves half to death. We could forbid dancing? Back to forbidding things. We could quarantine the villagers. Honestly, just make it invite only. I don't think that's how that works. Your choice of quarantine or passing a law. Looks like we're just going to quarantine them. I have an idea. Stop having that medical right now. Yeah. How bad can dancing be? Very bad. Very, very bad. Though the move seems drastic to some, it's the only way to make sure this plague does not become a serious problem. The barons agree to enforce your quarantine. Only time will tell if it's an effective solution or not. Finally, our honor guard. One day you're walking through the palace when you're confronted by an unusual sight. One of your palace guard is standing watch, but instead of a pike, he's holding a mop. Fearlessly defending me from dust, are you? Last week, a grubby lurchin kicked me in the shins and stole me proper pike. I grabbed the first replacement I could find. You're an idiot. Some might praise me for my resourcefulness. I can only apologize, Your Majesty. The Palace Watch have been more incompetent than usual recently. It's obvious that you need a proper honor guard to protect you. But first, how can we improve the watch? Well, clearly not B. Step 1. Deal with that guy. Now, people, we don't want B because the barons want B. Alright? The barons want B. We don't want B. So, vote for something, but vote unanimously. Otherwise, B will happen. And we don't want B. People, you need to vote more unanimously. Yes, C is fine. That's fine. Look at the barons there. Just a block of yes. Thanks. I actually appreciate that. Unvote. You can't unvote. The punishing exercise regimen works wonders on your watchers' abs, though you're not so sure about their morale. If one thing is clear from this mess is that you need an honor guard that can actually keep you safe. Not like these kittens. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalty will be divided between you and your region. The region, of course, you just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Tell me about the Northern Warriors. Bearded oafs with axes and no manners. Will get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. No discipline at all, I can't guarantee they won't run off on some random quest. But they're honourable, and in a fight, unbeatable. What about the veterans of the march? These soldiers have fought more battles than they've had hot dinners. They're uncouth, no doubt, and won't adapt well to the palace life. But they're loyal and tough as nails. And we know about the battle nuns. The foreign mercenaries are the battle-bitten brethren. They specialise in bodyguard work, but they're costly. And hiring foreigners will betray a lack of confidence in our kingdom's fighters. Ooh, who do we hope for? You know what? The Northern Warriors. I will make the arrangements at once. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in with big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring out unsavory jokes. One of your courtiers' fates. Perfect. Well, things aren't going wonderful. We got a while to lower that, though. Okay, people, we don't want E, and I don't want F. F is bad if you're not a baron. B is bad if you're not a chief. So we don't want B and we don't want F, which is why those two are being voted on immediately, I see. Like, we really don't want those. What faction are you? You're Grandee. So you want farming. Alright, so remember when I said we don't want B and F? And that is literally the two things you voted for? Well, that's a problem for both factions. No, this is bad. Because you two voting for that just means that you're gonna progress. Yep, see? All of them are now going through. This is bad for all of you. Yeah, but you know what you shouldn't be? Working with each other. Because working with each other means you're just gonna end up fighting all the harder later. Yeah. But the first stage is the floodgate for the rest of them. Mutiny? A military proposal? Your Highness, for too long the barons have shouldered the burden of defending the kingdom's borders with Ashmead. It's just not fair. Don't you think the chiefs and grandees should carry their own weight? You're right. I know I am. The chiefs and grandees should send us a battalion of soldiers, each, to man the border wall. And if they have any sense, they'll listen. Alright, people. If you're not a baron, you should vote for C. Just gonna tell you, you don't want the barons to gain this. Because they'll just get even more powerful. And you don't want them to have all this power. Darn it! Yeah, they don't want to do this. They don't want to give you more power. That one token vote. Yep. A token force, token vote. By my honor, maybe next time you ask us to die for your kingdom, we'll hop over to sunny Tavalin for some orange juice and sunshine. How about that? Meanwhile, mutiny. Your Highness, a troubling development at the prison in Curvo Keep. Well, go on. Alas, prisoners of the Keep have staged a mutiny. We have no idea what went wrong, but they've killed all the guards and taken Suevo for themselves. We've come to your holiness because the prisoners are now making demands of you. If you don't respond, they'll kill the hostages, including Sober Keep's owner, DL Dragon. What are their demands? They want their crimes forgiven, pretty standard, but they're also asking for a significant amount of gold. We'll hold a vote on what we can do. Alright! I mean, I could just kill them. Baron C? I'm sorry, C was an option? You shouldn't have said Baron C. Failing that roll would have lowered the military. Yep, that's why I did it. A chest of gold is wheeled out before the mutineers, and the soldiers surround the keep to put down their arms. When the prisoners leave, hostages in tow, the ambush takes place. It's a bloody massacre, with minimal casualties on your side, as expected. The grandees hail this great victory with a parade through the nearby city, and the heads of the mutineers are put on display at Suevo to deter any future rebellions. What's that about rebelling? In a twisty passage of a castle you can avoid your advisors and nobles, even the spymaster. There's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. I've been busy. You better find time. Don't worry, I've taken the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men? Women? Don't you mind? Any. Excellent. I'll send them messengers out. Let's see what they have to offer. And do shave that beard. Alright, what we got? Well... I feel like we could afford a harsh tax on all of you, and yeah! That seems good. Ow, my money. The Wandering Bard, eligible options, and... oh, Winterfest! Excellent! After weeks of leading your baggage train around perilous mountain roads, you finally arrive at the snow-swept clan hold of Chief Kit of Burden. The hall is crammed with all the chiefs of the north, sitting cheek to cheek along tables, groaning under the weight of food and ale. Welcome, your majesty, to my humble hall. Take a seat, grab a drink. It is customary at Winterfest to exchange gifts with the host. What did you bring? I brought a casket overflowing with sapphire. No, an axe with an emerald-encrusted shaft. What extraordinary craftsmanship! Useless as a flagon full of seawater, of course, but it certainly looks pretty. I'm sure all the chiefs will know of your generosity. After that, the feast lasts a long into the night. A fire roars, the bards sing a song of old days. A melodic cavale is consumed. A couple of hours you are a little merry. Winterfest draws on, and the snow piles up outside. The mood in the hall turns raucous. Your memory is blotchy, but you distinctly recall getting into a fight. In your drunken haze, you tell a joke that might have been construed as a little insulting to one of the chiefs present. And his mother. Oi! Say that one more time! I'll batter you! The chief is so drunk you're not sure he realises you're the king. Or perhaps he's just too far gone to care. I will accept the challenge. The whole clan hall is hushed as you stand up and ball your hands into fists. Then with a roar, they surround you and both begin chanting, "Fight! Fight! Fight!" Thanks, Doze, there. 45 months, that is so kind of you, thank you. We will fight honourably. You throw the first punch, and Gnosis absorbs it with a grunt. He then punches you back, and everything goes dark. You are revived by a splash of cold water. The chiefs are clapping you on the back, congratulating you for fighting honourably, even if you did lose. The next morning, the chiefs are scattered throughout the hall, groaning and nursing their hangovers. Old Dragon, will do. Let me just set that up for you. Your own hangover isn't too bad, but the thought of the voyage home makes you wince. You bid farewell to the chiefs and begin the long, perilous journey back to the capital. It was worth trying. Your Majesty, a travelling bard. She says she has come to compose a song for you. Not just any bard, Your Highness, the best in all the land. Sally Sixfingers, they call me. A song, you say? About me? Why, of course. In fact, I have the tune and verse all but ready. I've saved the best work for you, my king. All I require is a subject. Should I tell the masses about you? What should you like to inspire? Teach them to love me. I will do so, Your Highness, absolutely. Give me but a few weeks, and everyone within the Crown lands will know of your benevolence. Pray, I need only a small payment of 50 gold for the time. A discounted rate for one as seemed as yourself. Very well, take your money. The bard nods enthusiastically and heads out to do your bidding. Unfortunately, Sally is a better salesperson than songwriter. She composes the song, yes, but it fails to capture the hearts of your people. You have her perform it to you, but it's abysmal. Nothing rhymes, there's no rhythm, she doesn't even pronounce your name correctly. Awful. I have found 3 potential matches for you, 1 eligible young candidate for each of the kingdom's regions. Choose wisely. Well, let's get on with it then. Firstly, we have Eric, firstborn son of the Northern Urbis 83 clan. For some reason, when I say that name, I get this weird feeling on my neck. Sharp. Slicing pain. It goes away quickly, though. He's your typical northern lad. Big, brawny, honest. In the same way an axe, the face is honest. Despite that, he's clearly got some brains. He's an avid reader with a vast library. He's an incredibly driven person by all accounts. He gets up at the crack of dawn each morning and goes for a swim in a frozen lake. The appeal there, I suppose. From the south, Zenoviva, eldest daughter of a Throica lineage. See that scar? She got that in a duel. She's always charging people over some slight. The only thing she cares for is her faith, which she places above all worldly concerns. Despite that, though, she's said to have collected sins like a soldier collects medals. And finally, we have the Marcher's offering, Matthias, scion of the prestigious Neon Nautilus bloodline. A typical baron, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most barons, his great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from his crossbow. Oh, and he's not popular with the peasantry. Something about him sets their teeth on edge. Sounds like a laugh. What do you think? Of course, by picking someone, you'll anger the other regions. Well, I know who I'm going to pick. Matthias of the March. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. The best moustaches. With my beard and his moustache, we'll make the best heir ever. Think of it. Oh, do I see the golden choice there? Do I see the golden choice there? No. This time we are not taking the golden choice, because I know the pain of having rich counts and nobles. If I don't take that, then you can't be super rich. Bribery is not on the menu. No money! Your wedding to Matthias is naturally the talk of the kingdom. You will pay, somehow. Will I? You're not very rich right now. That's it, I'm rebelling. I'd like to see you try with my 8 authority. Do you take this man as your lawfully wedded husband? Yes. And I'll pronounce you king and husband. After the wedding, there's a feast. After the feast, a dance. Your new husband, Matthias, dances so vigorously that he spills wine all over himself. By the time you find yourself at home, it's past midnight, and you've never been more tired. Good God, I'm so drunk! And yet, somehow, not drunk enough. Time for more wine. Servants, bring us wine. Ha ha! That's the spirit. So, shall we go to bed together? No time like the present, eh? He swigs back the last dregs of his wine and leads you to bed. I think they're going to get along swimmingly. Your Majesty, I worry our newly built stadium in the south is encouraging bad habits among the southern soldiers. They're getting complacent. So, too much time is devoted to pointless parades and chest thumping and flag waving. We need fighters who know how to use their pole arms, not just polish them. What can we do about it? Send me over there. I can toughen up me soldiers again. First step, shut down the damn parades. By the 9th, we like the parades. They're a perfect demonstration of southern military might. Everyone! If we want to foil the barons, we want A. We want A, everyone. Come on. A little bit of A here. Yeah, monsters is a gamble. But A. But C, but A. Unleash monsters? No! No. People. It's tied. Oh! Thank you. Send the marshal to replace parades with a vigorous training regimen. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll fix this leaky boat. You mean I won't get to watch my shiny soldiers march around anymore? Knight preserve us. The marshals prove as good as her word. Once she arrives in the south, she has the soldiers crossing assault courses instead of parade grounds. Her efforts quickly pay off. However, the peasant folk, who enjoyed the parades almost as much as the grandees, grumble with discontent. Because the soldiers are less visible than before, rumours spread that the army is weaker, even though you know they're better than ever. That's the so-called wisdom of the crowds, you suppose. And then costly crossbows. As you're walking beside the palace parade grounds, a crossbow bolt whizzes past your head and shatters against the wall behind you. Baroness Zeverworth approaches you, out of breath and waving frantically. She has a sleek, fancy-looking crossbow nestled in one hand. Hell's bells, Your Highness! I nearly took your head off! Tell me in 5 words or less why I shouldn't have you executed. I didn't mean to finger slip. Damn, that was 6, wasn't it? Sorry to scare you. I just wanted to show you this crossbow. can shoot 3 bolts a minute and punch through ash-meaden armor in 500 yards. Beautiful, isn't she? Trouble is, to achieve such accuracy and power, she needs to be crafted from springwood. It only grows in the forests of the south, and those southern goits charge exorbitantly for it. That's the free market, I suppose. Ha! If this is what the free market looks like, let's put it to the chains! That's what I say. The barons of the March are guarding your borders, my liege, and yet we can't afford to buy the weapons we need. If you want to keep your kingdom safe, the grandees must stop price gouging. Your Highness, this is outrageous. These barons just want a bargain. Refuse to limit the free market. Ooh. Refuse to limit the free market, eh? Kika wants military high for ambition. That's true. And it doesn't matter if they're actually... actually. You're right. I don't care how high the Baron's military gets. I only care how high everyone else's military is. Yeah, I'm risking a 40% chance, but 40% is like 0. I mean, you could end up getting more. 40% chance could work. It won't work. Plant a springwood grove in the march. A few weeks later, the wagon load of springwood seeds arrives in the march. They're planted in painstaking rows, tended by the best farmers. Unfortunately, the stony soil and bitter weather of the march proves too much for the seedlings. Nothing grows in the springwood grove. The barons mumble at your decision. The grandees ratchet up prices. Oops. Oh well. Meanwhile, amidst dark and foreboding forests, a small squat castle stands watch over the march's borders. There, at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Ah, those dogs in the other regions are as strong as ever. Fools, the lot of them, playing at war like a child plays with dolls. Very scary, powerful dolls. We must continue our sabotage. We must lower the military to 10 or less. Meanwhile, the other factions are going well. Northern sagas tell of Old Helm's Horn, once gifted to mortals by the honey-blooded prince himself, then lost to the snows of time, never to be found again. Until now. I have it! Odd Helm has spoken! Last night during the storm I beseeched the drunken vessel himself, and lo did lightning strike the earth far to the north. This is where we will find the horn. You mean into the frozen wastes? Aye. Have everyone muster their best warriors. We're headed to the domain of ice giants. You must raise your military to 5. Oh. Well, this is gonna go well, isn't it? The prophesied Night Herald is finally manifested on Celeste Ath, taking the form of a humble noble known as Xenovan, who hails from a farming town in the southern hills. Or so the grandees claim. Ah! Peasants all over the south are flocking to you, Xenovan. I knew you could do it. Praise be to the ninth god. Praise be, but this is just the beginning. With him on our side, we will capture the minds of the common folk and lead a holy crusade against the false king. People still need a push, however. With the right amount of chaos, the peasants will take up arms and die for you. You must lower stability to 4 or less. Might want to focus on stopping the Baron. I want to stop focus on stopping the chiefs. Well, this is a problem. The quarantine continues. Back from the hunt. Sure. Kiran, dearest, I have something for you. It's something I brought back from my latest hunt. A trophy. Matthias takes you by the hand and leads you to the Great Hall, where a white stag hangs from some statue that wasn't there before. When he pulls the sheet free and it falls to the floor, the taxidermied figure of a great brown bear is revealed, snarling in anger as if ready to attack. Fearsome. This will be perfect for instilling some fear in the nobles. The bear makes a fine addition to the council chambers. Your nobles give it nervous glances every time they enter the room. Excellent. Ah, the quarantine. My liege, you will recall the quarantine you ordered to deal with the dancing plague. It's been many months since it last entered or left the area. We think the plague may have run its course. We ask permission to lift the quarantine. I mean, we could tell you to go in there. I mean, if you're so sure, why don't you go in, Andraxian? I'm sure it's all fine. It's not gonna be fine, is it? Yeah, we just vote anything in the chaotic side of the triangle. Well, I've got some good news for you. Thanks for the stability, everyone. We have a very stable kingdom. Me, your highness? You can't be serious. Despite Andraxian's protests, the king's word is final. He is sent into the quarantine zone. You hope to hear back from him soon. That's alright, we have a jousting tournament now. Your Majesty, the Barons of the Marsh have invited you to a jousting tournament. How delightfully rustic. I'd love to attend and support a knight. Your Chancellor inclines his head politely. It wouldn't be my ideal day out, Your Majesty, but I'm sure you will have a marvellous time. Alright. Oh, okay, everyone. We need D. Ironically enough, we need D. Add something else that's not C. Then we just need an event that totally scuppers the military of these people. A lot. I don't think we can manage it, but it could happen. I see that C and D are being voted on. C and F. Okay. Oh. Alright. I mean, at the very least, we can have a super mighty military. The likes of which you've never seen before. Or not. Or maybe. Oh! Last minute! Okay, we just need to lower their military by 2 now. We have, like, no options that will stop that. Good evening, Your Majesty. Have you heard of Odheld's Horn? A northern legend, right? The Horn of Odheld is indeed a northern legend. A horn gifted to mortals before the Knight's triumph during the Cursed Age. Get to the point. You must understand, whether it is a creation of a pagan spirit or not, the horn is real. My sources confirm it. It is said to have the power to destroy any fortification with a single toot. The chiefs are searching for it in the frozen wastes, having received a sign hinting at its location. That doesn't sound good. It's not. We need to stop them before they retrieve it, if at all possible. They've been gathering troops for an expedition to the wastes. If we act quickly, we must act quickly, or they could set off as soon as this winter. You hastily assemble the council to deal with the chief's military build-up. The chiefs predictably deny everything. Would you deny us our right to protect ourselves from the ice giants? Bah. Forbid them from entering the wastes. I feel like vetoing C. Yeah, we need it at 5 or less. Is the best I can do. It might not be enough. It might not be enough. I mean, forbidding them's not going to stop them. Village reduces by 2 or by 1? You think a piece of paper will stop us? Ah! You don't know what a northern cheat is made of. Though your decree encourages a few law-abiding northern warriors who are joining, you cannot stop them by law alone. Well, that's not good. It also allows you guys to do your thing. The barons have assembled upon a jousting field, watching from tall stands. The place is buzzing with excitement. Welcome one and all, we have the most thrilling guest today. Cheering her up, so nobles stamp so hard that the stands tremble. My liege, the highest ranked knights of the tournament are applying for your favour. First is Baron of White River, the Cunning, who won every bout last year. Some claim that he cheated, but surely they're just jealous. Next, Baron Darkover. No one thought he would succeed this year, but he obviously trained hard. People are calling him the underdog. Last is Chief Sunrise Shortcake, the interloper. A surprise foreign contestant, but she qualified nevertheless. So, Your Majesty, who will you favour? I'm gonna favour the underdog. You beckon him forward and affix the ribbon to his chest. The crowd cheers as he rides in the starting post. Whoop and cheer! Laughter ripples as the audience of cheering redoubles. The bout begins! Chief Sunrise Shortcake is his first opponent. Their horses stamp as the two jousters glare at each other across the field. Have at you! The jousters gallop towards each other. Darkover's lance catches Sunrise Shortcake on the shoulder, but does not upseat her. But she is weakened. On Darkover's next charge, he hits Sunrise Shortcake right in the chest. The horse stumbles, then throws her into a heap of the dust. Darkover wins the day, claims a hefty cash prize, and is back on track to winning the entire jousting championship. And the heir. Your marriage has grown grows strong and steady like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. I'm very happy, thank you. Your happiness is as important as fulfilling your duty to the kingdom, but I'm glad you found a way to have both. You've done so well so far, but something's missing. The heir. You need someone young, whose loyalty is assured. Well, we're just going to have a child. Oh. We were already well on the way to that. Right from the beginning. Oh. Could you please leave? This is awkward. Oh. All right. And thus, next time something bad's gonna happen, and that is that they're going to achieve their thing, and then we'll see what else happens, and oh dear. Oh dear. I know we're leaving it on a cliffhanger, but trust me, next time we're gonna have a really, really short start of the stream. It's gonna be very short. Of that I can assure you. I can assure you of that. Hang on a moment. Nope. Proceeds to have a sword fight. Look, military appears to be all the stuff that's going on here. Mom, get out! Oh, what are you doing here? It's interesting that it's only that at the beginning, and then you don't ever see your mum again in that, like, capacity. Well, thank you ever so much, everyone. You're all absolutely amazing and wonderful and brilliant and awesome, and I could not do what I do without you, and I wouldn't want to do what I do without you. You are the heart and soul of my community. You're all awesome. It was a fantastic last reign. A very interesting reign. This one is proving to be, very concerning. The problem is the prior ruler is dead. Maybe the ruler's partner would be the... yeah, the past spouse would be a good idea, though. No problem, Valter. You know, a couple of things I need to quickly talk about before we conclude. Starting off with my website, kikosco.com. You can check out all kinds of things there, including the schedule. Read Tony Dusseldom. You can also find links to Wake Up Bam, Bulgarian Hope. Then there is my Discord, where you can join a large and thriving community. There's loads of places to talk about stuff, loads of emotes based on Let's Plays and streams past and present. And if you link your Twitch and Discord together and you're sub to me on Twitch, you can use the Twitch emotes on Discord. Thanks, Kiko. Oh. There's also my Patreon, where you can pledge to support me in doing what I do. There's other Let's Play stream-wise hidden behind paywalls, so there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you typically do not see. Thank you, Ada, including all the editing, compression, and test streams and test recordings and everything that makes all what I do a reality. I mean, I couldn't make the Stray videos without all of your help. You would not have Kato. And we all like videos about Kato. Kato. And in these times, I do rely on the people that pledge to me to make all that I do a reality. And those that do pledge not only get a different coloured name on Discord and my deep and sincere thanks, you also get the ability to put games forward for the Patreon shortlisted poll, where the Patreon pledgers come up with the shortlist and the whole community votes. That's going to be happening soon, because we do need some replacement games now that we're on the second game of the one that was suggested by people. Meow indeed. Then there is Kato. Fun fact, that is cat in Esperanto. Kato. But, sorry about that microphone knock there. Then there is my pair of YouTube channels. First there is Kikoskia, which is my... Tomorrow, by the way, is my 16-year stream anniversary. And Wednesday, the day after, I'm going to be celebrating it with an evening stream where I play Action 52 on the NES. Because apparently I hate myself. 10,000 videos and 16 years of content creation. I'm so old. But that is not all. There's also my VOD channel, Kick Vodskia, which is getting close to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. My goal is to get to 100,000 with Kikoskia and 1,000 to Kick Vodskia. I wouldn't even try 10-player. And both of those channels like engagement. And by that I mean that they like comments and likes aplenty. And subscribing if you're not subscribed, and if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. No problem, Des. There's also my Twitter, and my Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, as well as the Discord that I've already mentioned, and the community tab on YouTube. There, you can get notifications about when I start streaming, when my Let's Play videos go live, and all kinds of random other stuff. Thanks for the stream, Kiko. Or is it Keek? No! I get it. There's also my Throne wishlist that I didn't mention on stream because I was too focused on playing the game, but there you can put money towards gifts that fill me with joy. Right now there's only one Gunpla on there. I'm going to have to think of other things to put on there. I don't know what though. I'm sure I'll have an idea at some point. But if you have ideas yourself, don't hesitate to put them in the suggestion thing on Throne, or just contact me directly on Discord and put your ideas forward. Back with the stop hand motion with the new emote. No! You know what? That's actually not a bad idea, 10-player. But, there's finally me thanking all of you for being here. Because seriously, you are all absolutely amazing and fantastic and brilliant and wonderful. Couldn't do what I do without you, and I wouldn't want to. You are the reason I can do all I do. And I'm just so humbled and thankful that you're such a wonderful and amazing and supportive and kind and just all-round fabulous community. Like, you're the reason I can do it, and I've never been happier making content for all of you because you're just so wonderful. So seriously, thank you. And with your continued support, I'll be able to keep doing this for many years to come. As many years as is possible. So thank you all, one and all, everyone. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. And whether it be morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope you achieve everything you set out to do. The next stream is tomorrow, 2 PM GMT, Animal Crossing New Horizons. They'll be adorable. Peaches has moved in and will have to work on their garden, and we'll probably get somebody else moving in as well. But maybe after we get Peach's garden sorted. Maybe we might leave it one stream, and then the next stream we'll invite someone over. I don't know. You playing 40k? I do, but I'm not right now. Like, I do play it. I talk about it a fair bit on my Discord in the Models and Crafts section. So I do play it, yes. There was some 40k up on Throne a little while ago, but that got bought by people because they're awesome. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. But remember, be nice to each other, everyone, for if everyone is nice to each other, the world would be that much better a place. And we all want that, don't we? I certainly do. And I hope you do too. Later. Yep, we have an emote for my chapter. We had 2 emotes, actually, for the other chapter too. But yeah, Models and Crafts on my Discord, place to talk about it. Later.